guys, welcome back to Sparty-n-Mo. Thanks for joining me. It's been a hot minute. I've been gone, and I'll tell you a little bit about that as we get started. But today I want to do some fall planning for the week of Monday, September 14th through Sunday, September 20th. And I want to use this fall planning book, and I might be pulling in from one of the Wrong and a couple of the seasonal books, and I think I'm going to use some of this washi tape from Heidi Swap. So let's get started. Okay, the first thing that I'm going to do, the purple I can live with, but I'm afraid that the pink is going to show through the washi. So the first thing I'm going to do is take my white out and get rid of the pink. Okay, so that's done, and I like that. That's super cute, super cute. Glad I did that. Okay, so I'm going to pull out some wax paper, and I'm going to start pulling some stickers. So where have I been? Well, for those who follow me, you might remember that I took a new job this fall. So I am knocking stuff all over my desk, and I'll tell you about that in a minute. This has some really cute stuff on it, so I think I'm going to pull quite a few of these. So I'm in a new district, obviously, new building, and new curriculum, and our plan was to allow parents to select a hybrid option or a virtual only option, and then it's sort of left up to the schools, you know, how that schedule looks, which is not a bad thing. And so my school decided that they were going to try to put as many kids in a class together, like a cohort, if they were selecting virtual only instruction, which is a good thing, because then you've got all those kids together, and it's a lot easier to teach than to try to teach hybrid kids and remote kids at the same time. That's nearly impossible. The district also gave parents the option to choose or the option that they could change if they were not happy with their choice within the first 3 weeks. And so we had schedules made, and then all of a sudden we had a lot of kids go from hybrid to virtual only. So now we do have, because we've run out of space in those virtual only sections, now we do have kids who are rostered in a hybrid class, but they are virtual only. And that is a challenge. That is a real challenge, let me tell you. So in starting with my new school, I mean, I've done this before. I know what to expect. We had 5 days of PD on technology, but I did not get my laptop until like the 3rd day, and then I did not get access to all of the software that I needed until about 4:30 in the afternoon the day before school started. So I to say that I was frustrated is an understatement. I've got a lot of stickers here. So, and that was the 3rd week of August that school started. So we had like Thursday and Friday with kids. We had the weekend off, and then we came back for a full week. And then, because it was nobody's fault, I mean, there's just things that that couldn't have been anticipated. I mean, I've been teaching for 22 years now, and nowhere in any class, in any setting ever, did anyone anticipate teaching in the middle of a pandemic. That's crazy. That was never anticipated. So for all the plans that schools are required to make, this is not one of them, because come on, whoever thought of this? So anyway, we're literally making this up as we go along. And as I've sort of said to some other teachers, some of the younger teachers, it's kind of like you're building a boat, and you are in the boat in the middle of a storm, and so you are bailing water out as you're building the boat, trying to weather the storm. I mean, that's the best analogy that I can give. It's survival. It is survival mode at this point. And so we're trying to be very accommodating to families. We are trying to be accommodating to each other. And everybody has a different comfort level. You have to know that going in. And we just, we're doing the best that we can. We really are. So it's just hard. It's hard, and there's no two ways about it. You just get up every day and you do the best that you can. But that being said, without having that prep time in the 5 days before school to really get things going, I ended up coming home every night and working until 11:30 or 12:30 at night just to keep up. And for those, excuse me, who don't know, I do have some immune issues. And I've sort of been fighting some things since spring. And long story short, those things caught up with me. And so on the 31st of August, actually it was last Sunday, the 29th, I woke up and I felt like garbage. Like just absolute garbage. And I knew that I had to tell the school. And I did, and they said, well, we'll have the nurse call you and we'll see you in 10 days. And so I had to get COVID tested, and my doctor also wanted to test me for influenza and a couple other things. And it was kind of funny because my husband and I laugh about it because we're like, this is really like a back alley deal here, because they didn't. So my doctor's office is, they're only seeing sick patients like the last couple hours of the day, so that they don't have sick patients, interacting with healthy patients who are just there for maintenance visits, which makes sense. I get that. I understand. But because they didn't know what was going on, they actually did the COVID test in the parking lot. So I had to drive up under the overhang. This is so funny. I had to drive up under the overhang, and these two nurses come out in all their hazmat gear, and they have their little bucket with all their supplies in it. And I swear to God, the influenza swab had lots of cotton on the end, and wasn't so bad. I've done that before. That COVID swab has like zero cotton on the end. There's not a shred of cotton on that thing. And if you have to get COVID tested, or you've been COVID tested, and you're like, oh, that's not so bad. Interestingly enough, my doctor told me, if you don't think it's that bad, they didn't do it right. I swear to God, they picked away part of my college education. And the whole time she's doing this, she's telling me, just relax. Oh, no. I appreciate the sentiment. I do. There is nothing that's going to relax about this situation here. This is horrible. It was not at all pleasant. It was not pleasant. So I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with these yet. This is one of my Heidi swaps, and I like that. And so I'm going to think about this for a hot second. But I'll catch it while I do. I mean, I like it. I think I could use all three. But I think if I start covering up some of the purple, then I think I need to cover up all the purple. So I'm trying to decide if that's really what I want to do. And then is that going to work? It is going to work with this, I think. So if I cover up all the purple, I need to do something up here for September, but I can do that. So anyway, so my influenza results, I asked them, like, how long is this going to take? And she's like, oh, well, we'll have the influenza within like 15 minutes. But you don't have to stick around. You can go home now. Like, they want me out of here. And so I started teaching half the day Monday by Zoom, which was a challenge the first time. I'll be real honest with you. I have no idea who is blowing up my phone, but it's starting to drive me bonkers. So I taught the first half of the day by Zoom, and that was a challenge, I will admit. The kids did their best. They really did. But if we teach by Zoom and we're sick, we don't lose our days. So I wanted to try to preserve as many days as I can in case my husband or my kids or myself, heaven forbid, do end up with COVID. Or we get influenza, or, any number of things. I don't know why I don't have my tools down here, because I'm just unprepared, I guess. I couldn't handle it the second part of the day. I was too exhausted. And so I slept the rest of the day Monday. I slept most of Tuesday. Slept most of Wednesday. Did not get results back until results didn't come back, I think, till early Friday morning, that COVID was negative. And so my doctor prescribed a steroid because I have asthma and allergies, and so he prescribed a steroid to help with that. And that sort of gave me, that immediate kick in the butt, if you're familiar with steroids. But I didn't take it the way I was supposed to, because I'm just me. And Saturday, my youngest had to go get her eyes checked. She's been needing to for a while, and then of course with COVID that just wasn't an option. So Saturday we took her out, we got her eyes checked, we got her glasses picked out. She looks totes adorbs, I gotta tell you. And I was having all the feels. And so her dad and her stepdad and her sister and I went out to lunch afterwards. And so here walks up the waitress, and at this point I'm just falling down in tears because I feel so rotten. So rotten. And I pull it together, and I'm going to slam on Red Robin for a minute because that's where we went for lunch. And I have a kind of like a standing preference there. And I gotta tell you, it's no longer on the menu. And what I got was just, I had a terrible time choosing anything off the menu because it was like, you guys are doing too much. Like, this is not, I get that you're a gourmet burger place and all, but this is like way too much. I do not need ancient harvest quinoa burgers with garlic aioli, and it was too much. So I was really disappointed in their menu changes. One positive, because if you've been to Red Robin, you know the walls are highly decorated, and it was just, when I say all the feels, watching my daughter look at things that she hasn't been able to see clearly in a while, just melted my sweet little heart. I mean, it got me. As Dennis Leary would say, in the cockles, maybe even in the subcockle region, we don't know. It really got me. It was awesome to see her little face light up and just take everything in. So yeah, we get home and I chill for a while. Jeremy and I pick up a couple things. Jeremy's my husband. On our way home, and I'm like, I can't, I gotta go lay down. And he's like, just go lay down, do what you gotta do. He putzed around the house. We got dinner. I don't even remember what we got. I don't remember. But he went to bed because he works on Sundays. And middle of the night, the feeling was back. I felt truly so rotten that I just There was nothing I could do. And so I started talking with one of my mom's friends online who is a nurse up in Detroit. And she said, I'm really concerned for you because she said, I think this is more than like allergy, asthma, exacerbation. She said, I think you've got something else going on. And she's like, I'm strongly encouraging you to find an ER or an urgent care or something that's open. And so we went to the ER, and in the cornfields, you never know what you're going to get in the ER. On the weekend, night shift, holiday weekend, I got super lucky. And so when I go in and I tell them everything that's going on with me, and they say, well, we're really concerned. We're going to work you up for a couple of things. We're going to look at a TB test. We're going to, like tuberculosis, we're going to look at a TB test, and we want to check you for meningitis. We're going to have the vampire crew come in and draw for lab work. And I gotta tell you, I was disappointed in that vampire crew because not a one of them was sparkly. Didn't want to show me their cabin in the woods. Didn't want to, I don't know, very disappointing. They left me with a little bit of blood on the way out, and I got x-rays, and I got a lot of stuff. And so come to find out, severe sinus infection, and my kidneys are infected, and I was very close to sepsis. And then I had some autoimmune issues going on as well, because all of this infection is now kicking my immune system into overdrive, which is what it does so well. And my body is just saying, we are not having any more of this. We're done with it. You got to do something. So I have multiple prescriptions, and I am back home now. So long and short of it, I'm okay. I'm gonna be okay. But I've been working like a crazy person, trying to do the best I can for my kiddos, my school. And you know, my kids are remote only, so trying to balance their stuff, you know, which they're not happy about, but they also understand why they have to be remote. So trying to be mom, trying to be teacher, and then getting sick on top of it has pulled me away from social media for a while, and that's all right. You know, we got to find balance. And you know, as much as I was raised a kid in the 80s and told you can have it all, I think you can, but I think that comes at a price tag. And that's not a price tag. I'm cheap, let's be honest. My God, I am cheap. So yeah, just not a price tag I'm willing to pay. So something had to give somewhere. I got my Stephanie book and all my Stephanie goodies. I haven't even cracked into that yet, because there were a couple times while I was sick, Even when I was in the emergency room the other night, I'm like, oh, I'm going to take this with me because I know I'm going to be here for a while. This is not going to be a quick process. And I felt too bad. I was like, I can't. Like, my brain just cannot absorb, and I want to be fully present as I'm reading. But I also think, man, I also think this should have been a different color, but that's okay. That's alright. Whatever. It works. Can't believe I just covered all those lines. But anyway, so yeah, everything is getting back on track, and we're gonna move forward. Everything will be okay. So I think, sorry, my camera shut off, but that's okay because it allowed me to grab my phone, and it's like one person blowing up my phone with 6 messages. Good golly, Miss Molly. So yeah, I guess like my my mantra has become, everything is figure-outable. It really is. There's nothing we can't figure out. It's all gonna be okay. There's no reason to panic. And everybody gets grace. You know, I sort of wonder, like, why have we been so stingy with grace up to now? What was that about? It is what it is. We just make the best of it. That's all we can do. It's not worth getting upset about. So yeah, that's where I've been. That's what I've been doing. So I've been using the vertical layout a lot lately, and I really like it. I feel like I've found planner peace with it. It's a big vertical. It's from Wrong, and that did not go down the way I wanted it to. And I really like it. And what I have found is, I think at first what I didn't like about the vertical was I was like, it's so much space. Like, what do I do with all this space? And so I've learned to use the stickers sort of to divide that space. And I think that's part of what I like, is that I can divide the space any way I want. I do think I want to do something with this purple box, but I'm not sure yet. I might have to get some sticker paper for that. I think I will. So yeah, that's where I've been. That's what I've been doing, and I do love my new job. I love the people I work with. I love my students. I gotta tell you, all the feels. When I was Zooming with kids on Thursday, I was telling the kids I missed them, and I couldn't wait to be back with them. And one of my students logged in Zoom. They didn't have to, because we were casting to the screen in my room. But he took his laptop and he panned around the room so that I could see everybody, and everybody starts waving, and there's like 6 kids in the room. Like, when I say everybody started waving, it's like 6 kids, you know. But still, they were like, hey, we miss you, we can't wait for you to come back. And I'm like, it just gave me all the feels right there. So I'm really glad that I took this job. My husband was really funny. He's like, I'm really glad you took this job. So he got his prescription and everything for his glasses, and he has to get bifocals now, and he has a prism in one of his lenses. And so when he saw how great the insurance was and what it was going to cover, he was like, I'm really glad you took this job. And I'm like, oh, thanks. But even, yeah, I love the benefits. It's a great place to work. But more than that, I like my kiddos. I like my families. I like the people in the building. So I'm super glad that I took this position. And I'm still feeling rough. And I have the option. I mean, I can take days. I'm choosing to try to get back in the room. One, to save my days, but two, because I want to be able to provide the kiddos with that consistency and structure, and you know, there's security in that. There's a lot of security in structure, even though teens and tweens balk at it. There's a lot of security in that, and I know that. And so even though I'm not 100%, I'm going to go back on Tuesday knowing I'm not 100% and knowing that I have to take it easy and slow my roll a bit. So I have Monday off for Labor Day. I'll go back Tuesday. Wednesday we have our remote for learning, or remote for all day, so I can sort of get caught up with a few things there, and then 2 days with the kiddos, and then the weekend. So it's kind of it's an easy way to ease myself back in. So yeah, that's that. I'm doing way more covering up for somebody who said, oh, I like that purple. Alright, here's where the rubber's going to meet the road. So I'm going to have to pull up this washi. I don't want this to cover the washi. There we go. Yay! Okay. And then in my notes section, down here, I'm going to kind of cover these edges a bit, just sort of soften that with this sticker. And then I think I'll use some of these icons. Super cute. So I love fall. Fall is my favorite season. I'm going to do the pumpkin pie. I think I'll do some of the leaves. And just sort of take away from this harsh line here. That is super cute though. Love, love, love. Let's put my little squirrel down there too. So Bath & Body Works had hand sanitizers. I think I ended up getting like 20 of them. Which I know is like utterly ridiculous, but I haven't been able to get any since spring. And the girl was so sweet. She's like, ma'am, I can only do 10 of these in one transaction. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I'm like instantly heartbroken because I'm like, which ones am I going to put back? I don't want to put any of them back. And she's like, no, it's okay. She goes, we can do more than one transaction for you if that's all right. I'm like, that's perfectly fine. And they were on sale, so that, you know, that made it like a no-brainer. So we are full of hand sanitizer in this household once again. And of course they have our favorite fall scents out, so that made it easy. Okay, Monday I'm definitely going to need some coffee. gonna start Monday with some coffee. So yeah. I like that. I was not sure about this washi, and the more I look at it, the more I like it with the orange and the yellow. I really like it. And now I'm thinking that maybe I want to pull some more of this plum in, because initially I didn't, because I was like, well, I don't want to compete with the purple and the plum. But now that the purple is not an issue, I might pull in some plum. This might be cute here, like a banner over the leaf. So I did get my fall release order in, and I'm super excited, and I can't wait to get it. I got a ton of stickers. Not that I need stickers at all. Not at all. I have nowhere to put them, I'll be honest. I am out of room. But I'll just add some of the icons, I think. But yeah, I cannot wait for my stuff to come in. I'm super excited about it. I want to try to Frankenplan a little bit with the new Wellness Warrior. And the All the Feels book, or planner. And I've never Frankenplanned. Whatchamacallit? I've done a transformer before. I've never Frankenplanned, so I'm not sure how that's going to go, but I want to try it and see it. And I'm going to trim just a little bit off the top and bottom of this sticker so that it fits. And it's not even, and that's going to bug me when I lay it down, but that's okay. That is also figure-outable. So now we're just going to cut it off. So yeah, I'm super excited that Bath & Body has all their fall scented stuff out. That makes me happy. Okay. Pumpkin, everything. You can never have too much pumpkin pie. Let's see, I want to bring this little apple in over here. Bring that cup in and soften that line. Wednesday is going to be a work day. Definitely going to need some coffee. And I think our weather is actually really supposed to start to change soon. So I'm going to look at that. Temperatures have definitely dropped. It's not been in the 90s. let's see. Ooh. So Wednesday is barely going to make it into the 70s. That's going to be a gorgeous fall day. I think I'm gonna have my kids make a playlist, like a soundtrack, to the book they're reading. They're reading The Outsiders, and they are loving it. And so when I have a girl who is not a native English speaker and she's reading it in English and she says, "Can I please read ahead?" Oh yeah, I am not gonna stop you, not at all. You go right ahead. I did make her promise not to talk about Johnny. I never remember which one of these it is, but I know one of these has like a September in it. There we go. Alright, so that was the Happy Memory Keeping Dates and Holidays that I pulled this from. Oh, well, that's not where I wanted it to go, but it went down and it's over the whiteout, so it is going to stay there. I think that was just the universe saying, like, you're putting this here now. Alright, so that is my final layout. I really like it and I'm very excited to use it. It's very festive and fun, and I was really glad that I got to spend some time catching up while doing this video. And if you liked it, please hit the thumbs up button and don't forget to subscribe, and I hope you'll join me again next time. Thanks!